For more updates, subscribe to our channel.
Hello everyone, welcome to My Dreams Academy. Now we'll discuss the expected questions in DC machines from 32 to 42 questions. 42. So the 32 question, a DC series motor must not be started on no load because it would be. So it means a DC series motor can't run at no load condition. So what it would be? So generally the DC series motor speed, okay, just to see what is the speed equation. DC, first you see the DC series motor, right? This is our DC armature is connected to the series field winding. Here the supply is given, DC series motor, right? It can't run a no load condition. This is our no load. So whenever supply is given to the motor, here the current is flowing, series field current and armature current. So this armature current, whenever load is connected, then only it can flows. If the load is not connected to the series motor, here the armature current equal to 0. Armature current equal to 0. For series motor, field current, armature current in series. It means field current also equal to 0. If field current is flowing through the field winding 0 means it can't produce flux. So that is only the residual flux is available. So that is the residual flux is available. It means the flux decreases. So we have the relation speed of DC motor EB is speed is directly proportional to EB and inversely proportional to flux. But here no load condition, field current going to reduce means only the flux will be reduced. So the flux is reduced. Our DC series motor runs with dangerously high speed. So you can check out this point. Not develop starting torque, not related, and fail to start without load, not related. Run at a dangerously high speed. Yeah. So this is our answer. Series motor never start at no load. If it is starts with no load, our DC series motor runs at dangerously high speed. Okay, this is our answer. These are the three options are wrong. Okay, you remember this point. Okay, we'll see the next question. 33. A 220 volts DC machine has an armature resistance is 1 ohm. If the full load current is 20 amperes, the difference in the induced voltages when the machine is running as a motor and as a generator. But first I am going to start a machine as a running under generator. This is our generator. Which generator? Only just a machine generator. Right? The generator means this is a prime mover is connected. Okay, it is our motor. Here the electrical supply is given. Here the motor is means nothing but the current is supplied to the external circuit and this one is the inverse circuit. Problem is a 220 volts DC machine has an armature resistance is given. Same armature resistance same. So the RA is equal to 1 ohm is given. Full load current is 20 amperes. Full load current. So the load is connected means armature current is given. Armature current is equal to 20 amperes is given. Full load current. The difference in the induced voltages when the machine is running as a motor. So suppose the machine is running as a motor. This is our terminal voltage. How much? Terminal voltage is given. How much? 220 volts is given. Right? So here you can calculate in this relation the generated EMF EG is equal to Vt plus Ia into Ra. Vt plus Ia into Ra. And here here the current is flowing, terminal voltage, here the back EMF, we can write as back EMF is equal to Vt minus Ia into Ra. Vt minus Ia into Ra. Use these two formulas for generator, generated EMF is equal to Vt plus Ia Ra. For motor, Eb is equal to Vt minus Ia Ra. Substitute the values. Here the voltage, terminal voltage is given 220 plus armature current is the 20 into 1. Total how much? 240. And back EMF, here the terminal voltage is how much? 220 minus Ia is equal to how much? So sorry for that. Yeah, okay. For the generator, this much, and for motor, here the armature current equal to 20 and armature resistance 1. So what is the value? Here 200 volts. 220 minus 20, 200. Here the question is given the difference in the induced voltages when the machine is running as a motor and as a generator. Here the induced voltages generator, in case of generator 240. Here the induced voltage back EMF is equal to 200. The difference of these two, here the difference. So 240 minus 200 is equal to 40 volts. The difference of these two, 40 volts. Yeah, you can check out the answers. Where is the 40? Yeah, the C is the right answer. C is the right answer. Okay, like that you can remember these are the important formulas. Next, you see the 34th question. Core loss in a DC machine occurs in. Core loss in a DC machine occurs in. Core ante here in a DC generator or DC motor, core ante only armature. Armature is only, we call it as core. So here core loss means losses occurs on the armature. So not only here the, see these are the poles. Here the options, pole shoe. Pole shoe means here the only pulsation losses will appear. So it is not wrong answer. It is wrong. And yoke, it acts as a protecting cover to the DC machine. It is also wrong. And here the two answers wrong means the D is automatically wrong. Only the core losses are occurs in the armature only. Core losses are occurs in the armature, right? Core is nothing but armature only, the core. The remaining all are constant, right? Next one is the 35th question. 35th question. See, demagnetizing effect in armature reaction. Demagnetizing effect in a armature reaction. సో ఏమవుతుంది మనకు డీమాగ్నెటైజింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది మనకు డీమాగ్నెటైజింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అనేది ఆర్మేచర్ రియాక్షన్లో అంటే ఆర్మేచర్ రియాక్షన్లు అంటే ఏంది మనకు ద ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్మేచర్ ఎంఎంఎఫ్ ఆన్ టు ద మెయిన్ ఫీల్డ్ ఫ్లక్స్. ఇది మనకు మెయిన్ ఫీల్డ్ ఫ్లక్స్ ఇలా ఉంటే మనకేమవుతుంది ఈ ఫ్లక్స్కి ఆపోజిట్ అవుతుంది, మనకు ఆపోజిట్ అవుతుంది. ద ఆర్మేచర్ ఎంఎంఎఫ్ అనేది ఆపోజిట్ చేయడం వల్ల మెయిన్ ఫీల్డ్ ఫ్లక్సెస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి రెడ్యూస్. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది ఫ్లక్స్ అనేటివి డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంటాయి. డ్యూ టు ద డీమాగ్నెటైజింగ్ ఇన్ ఏ ఆర్మేచర్ రియాక్షన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి రెడ్యూస్ ద మెయిన్ ఫీల్డ్ ఫ్లక్స్. దిస్ ఈజ్ అవర్ మెయిన్ ఫీల్డ్ ఫ్లక్స్. డ్యూ టు ద ఆర్మేచర్ ఎంఎంఎఫ్ దిస్ ఫ్లక్స్ విల్ బి గోయింగ్ టు రెడ్యూస్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అవర్ ఆన్సర్. ద రిమైనింగ్ next 36th question, it is a expected questions in the DC machine, 100% expected questions for your ESET examination. A DC series motor is driving a load torque varies as square of the speed. When the speed is 250 rpm, the line current is 15 amperes. If the speed is 500 rpm, then the line current is. So first here given in the series motor, torque varies square of the speed. Square of the speed is given 250 rpm. So for a line current is equal to 15 amperes. If the speed is increases to 500 rpm, what about the line current? So from this relation, for series motor, torque is directly proportional to square of the current. So T is equal to, you can substitute here, n square directly proportional to I square. So from this relation, n is directly proportional to I. So here we can write as n1 by n2 is equal to I1 by I2. Here we need to calculate I2. So I2 is equal to n2 into I1 divided by n1. Just you can substitute n2 value is the 500 rpm into I1 is equal to 15 amperes and n1 is equal to 250 rpm. So 251s are 252s are 15 into 2 is equal to 30 amperes. So here the check out this option C is the right answer. Next to see the 37th question. A wave wound DC generator with 4 pole. A wave wound DC generator with 4 pole is given. Wave wound. And 1000 conductors are given. Z is equal to 1000 conductors are given. Having flux per pole, that is flux is equal to 0.06 Webers. Flux is given. Is delivering a voltage of 200 volts. So that is the EG is given. How much? 200 volts is given. Then the speed of the armature will be, but here we have to calculate the speed. But in a DC machine, so speed EG is equal to pi Zn by 60 into P by A. This is our formula. You can use this formula. All the values you can substitute and calculate. So flux is given. How much? 0.06 is given. Z ante 1000 number of conductors. Speed we have to calculate the speed calculate cheyali manam. Divided by 60 into P, number of poles in a DC machine, 4 poles are given, divided by, for wave connection the number of parallel paths is equal to always 2. Just you can substitute here 2. And generated EMF, how much? 200 volts is given. 200 volts. You can calculate this one. So here this one you can simplify. This total is cancelled and only the speed is there, and 2 1s are 2 2s are. So finally it is the speed is equal to 200 divided by 2 is equal to 100 rpm. But this one 100 rpm. Okay, this is the answer. Right? So we'll see the next question, that is 38th. The voltage regulation of an over compound DC generator is always. మనం ఇంతకు ముందు ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ క్వశ్చన్లో చూసాం మనం వోల్టేజ్ రెగ్యులేషన్ 0 ఉంటే ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ జనరేటర్ అండి. బట్ ఇక్కడ ఏంది, ఒక జనరేటర్ ఇచ్చిండు మనకు, ఓవర్ కాంపౌండ్ DC జనరేటర్ ఇచ్చిండు, దాని వోల్టేజ్ రెగ్యులేషన్ ఇలా ఉంటుంది అన్నాడు. సో ఓన్లీ except over compound DC generator and series generator, these two are negative, the remaining all are positive. Okay, the remaining all are positive. So it the over compound DC generator is a negative. In DC generator లో మనకు ఓవర్ కాంపౌండ్ DC జనరేటరు, సిరీస్ జనరేటరు, ఇవి రెండు మాత్రమే నెగటివ్ ఉంటాయి. ద రిమైనింగ్ జనరేటర్స్ అన్నీ కూడా పాజిటివ్ వోల్టేజ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఫ్లాట్ కాంపౌండ్ DC జనరేటర్ అయితే 0 వోల్టేజ్ రెగ్యులేషన్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, అది పికప్ చేయండి. రైట్. ఓకే, we'll see the 39th question. In a DC machine, the laminated parts are armature and another one. In a DC machine, only the two parts are laminated, only two parts are laminated. Those are, the laminations are provided on the armature conductors, and one more, the laminations are provided on the pole shoe. Okay, that is the answer is D. సో ఎందుకు సార్ మనం లామినేషన్స్ మనం ఇక్కడ పెడతామంటే పోల్ షూ దగ్గర పెట్టడం వల్ల పల్సేషన్ లాసెస్ రెడ్యూస్ అవుతాయి, పల్సేషన్ లాసెస్. అదే ఆర్మేచర్లో పెట్టడం వల్ల ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్ లాసెస్ మినిమైజ్ అవుతాయి, ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్ లాసెస్. Okay, in a DC machine the laminated parts are armature and pole shoe. The yoke is not laminated and core is also not and pole is also not, armature and pole shoe. Okay, and the second question, the 40th question, the current in a armature conductors of DC machine is, the current in a armature conductors of DC machines. But in DC machine always AC EMF induced across the armature conductors, AC EMF, that AC EMF leads to AC current. So always in DC machines armature current is AC, armature current is AC, not DC. So we can use the commutator, it can converts into DC. In the armature conductors AC EMF AC current only, AC EMF AC current only. And last question in the DC machines, expected questions for your reset examination, the number of brushes in lap winding is always, number of brushes in lap winding is always. So here you can remember the number of brushes is equal to number of parallel paths, number of poles. Number of brushes is equal to number of poles in a DC machine. ఎన్ని పోల్ ఫర్ 2 pole DC machine ఉందనుకోండి 2 brushes ఉంటాయి, 4 pole DC machine ఉందనుకోండి 4 brushes ఉంటాయి. సో ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ ల్యాప్ వైండింగ్, ఈ ల్యాప్ వైండింగ్లో నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ప్యారలల్ పాస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు నంబర్ ఆఫ్ పోల్స్. అంటే ఇన్ ల్యాప్ వైండింగ్లో ఈ ఎన్ని పోల్స్ ఉంటే అన్ని బ్రషెస్ ఉంటాయి, కాబట్టి సేమ్ యాజ్ ద నంబర్ ఆఫ్ పోల్స్, దిస్ వన్ ఇస్ ద సేమ్ యాజ్ ద నంబర్ ఆఫ్ పోల్స్. ఎన్ని పోల్స్ ఉంటే అన్ని బ్రషెస్ ఉంటాయి ల్యాప్ వైండింగ్లో. ఓకేనా? ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఈ వీడియోని ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కూడా చూడండి, అందరు కూడా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. కంపల్సరీ ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఫర్ యువర్ ఈసెట్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్. ఓకేనా? థ్యాంక్ యూ.